The Jimmy Butler saga in Miami is officially over. While an eventual trade has been months in the making, the six-time All-Star finally got his wish and was dealt to the Golden State Warriors, where he has already inked a 2-year extension. This trade is a gamble for the Warriors, but is also one they had to make. Though given what Butler can offer, I think it was worth the risk. I'm going to take a deeper dive into his game to highlight what Butler should be able to bring to the Warriors on both ends of the floor. While some teams are focused on the future at the trade deadline, the Warriors had to have the opposite approach. They have an all-time great in Stephen Curry and owe it to him and themselves to try and compete to maximize his efforts. The franchise was also smart to align Butler's new extension with the deals of Curry and Draymond Green to potentially reset in a few years. Though on top of all this, Butler can fit with how the Warriors play while also giving them dimensions they lacked. Cutting and ball movement for years have been staples of the Warriors' offense. The 14-year veteran has proven to be very capable of playing off the ball, where he's a very efficient cutter, and Butler's never played with someone who draws defensive attention like Curry, though his savvy and ability to manipulate defenders can lead to some of these baskets off cuts as well. Here, Butler appears as if he's going to set a screen for Terry Rozier, who's handling the ball, though it's a slip screen, where instead of fully committing to the screen, he quickly rolls towards the rim. As Rozier passes it to Nikola Jovic on the right wing, Butler works his way to the right baseline. Though Scoot Henderson commits, Butler quickly changes direction and cuts to the rim. Jovic finds Butler, who does a nice job of sealing off his defender before finishing the layup. While the six-time All-Star isn't asked to do it often, he's also very efficient on spot-ups. Though unlike some who may excel at this, he does a great job of attacking closeouts and getting downhill. This possession initially starts with Butler backing down his defender, though he passes it to Tyler Hero and then runs back to the top of the key. And notice Butler's initial defender is now staying on the driving Hero. Butler gets the ball back, and with an opposing defender needing to make up a lot of space, blows by him and draws a foul on the layup. That ability to draw fouls is something the Warriors have also lacked. Butler for years has been among the NBA's best at generating free throws. This year has been another where the Warriors struggle in that regard, as they currently rank 28th in the league in terms of free throws per shot attempt. Butler is also a very capable secondary facilitator who can create for others in a variety of ways. This will be very valuable as Butler's minutes staggered with Curry's could ensure at least one reliable threat to create offense for themselves and others on the floor at all times. Plus, given the ball movement the Warriors are known for, his versatility creating for teammates will be valuable. Here, Jimmy is bringing the ball up and after losing control, passes it inside to Thomas Bryant. Though after one dribble, you could see Duncan Robinson set a screen on the left wing as Butler works towards the ball. Now, after receiving the ball, the six-time All-Star immediately gets downhill, and the opposing center has a tough task trying to cut off the drive. Though Bryant, after the handoff, immediately rolled to the basket, and Butler, noticing this, drops it off to him for what leads to a layup. Butler here is operating out of high pick and roll, and as he gets downhill, notice the attention he generates. His defender worked through the screen to stick with him, the screener's defender switched on the Butler, and the two Pistons defenders just outside the paint have their eyes on the six-time All-Star. It's been quite some time since the Warriors have had a player outside of Stephen Curry who can generate that type of attention, though by drawing that, it leads to Drew Smith being completely unaccounted for as he creeps in from the right baseline and Butler finds him for the easy layup. It's worth noting that Butler can also create opportunities for teammates out of the post or isolation, and also has plenty of experience from his time in Miami finding shooters coming off screens. Butler may no longer be the all-defensive team caliber player he was earlier in his career, but he can still contribute on that end of the floor and won't hesitate to defend an opposing team's best guards or wings. He's also still a very helpful team defender who can be very dangerous playing passing lanes or causing deflections. As Karl Anthony Towns gets downhill, Butler starts this sequence with both feet in the paint. Though as Towns goes to pass, Butler initially tries to jump the passing lane, but quickly closes out on OG Anunoby. Anunoby puts the ball on the floor, and Butler does a nice job sticking with him. However, Butler gets his hands in on the ball to jar it loose and it results in a steal. The Heat on this sequence pressure the Mavericks bringing the ball up the floor, though as the ball handler crosses half court, Butler is to his left, and you could see some potential advantages forming. The ball handler passes it to PJ Washington, who is getting downhill, and if you look to his left, has a wide open Kyrie Irving in the left corner. Though watch Butler, who's to the left of Washington. The pass is made, and Butler recovers to deflect the ball and throw it back into play while eliminating a potential advantage. Now, this isn't to say the Butler acquisition doesn't come with risk. Not all 35-year-old NBA players age the same way, and Butler in recent seasons has been known to miss his fair share of games. He also doesn't offer much as a three-point shooter and has shown the ability to burn a bridge or five if things go south. Though Butler does bring something the Warriors desperately need. Outside of Stephen Curry, the Warriors in recent years have been lacking a guy who you can tell to get you a basket that can consistently deliver. Butler fits that mold, and whether it's out of pick and roll, isolation, or out of the post, he's shown the ability to score in a variety of ways. He's also built a reputation of being able to do this in the postseason when the lights shine brightest. We don't know how this will all pan out, but the Warriors needed to take a swing and land a second star to complement Curry. Butler fits that criteria, aligns with Curry's timeline, and can complement the style of basketball the Warriors play. There are no guarantees that this will lead to a championship in the next few years, as the roster still has some holes, but given Butler's pedigree and the boost he could provide on both ends of the floor, it's a calculated risk that should help the Warriors compete at a higher level over the next few seasons to maximize the efforts of their franchise-defining player. If you made it this far, thank you. And if you enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to stay up to date on my basketball analysis throughout the 2024-25 season.